Long ago, in the land of Canaan, lived a man named Abraham. He was a man of great faith, chosen by God to be the father of many nations. Abraham and his wife, Sarah, had waited years for a child, and when they were very old, God gave them a son, Isaac, the child of promise. Isaac was Abraham's joy, his future, the fulfillment of God's promise. But then, something unimaginable happened.
Abraham,
Yes, Lord?
take your son, your only son, Isaac, whom you love, and go to the land of Moriah. There, offer him as a burnt offering on a mountain I will show you.
Can you imagine what Abraham must have felt? The son he had prayed for, waited for, was now to be sacrificed, but Abraham didn't question God. He had learned to trust him, no matter what. And so, early the next morning, he prepared for the journey. For 3 days, they traveled in silence. Every step must have felt heavier than the last. Finally, they reached the mountain God had chosen.
Stay here with the donkey. The boy and I will go up to worship, and then we will return.
Isaac, a curious and trusting boy, looks up at his father.
Father?
Yes, my son.
We have the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the offering?
Abraham looks ahead, his face heavy with emotion, but he speaks with faith.
God will provide the lamb, my son.
On the mountaintop, Abraham builds an altar. He carefully arranges the wood. Then, with a deep breath, he turns to Isaac's. With a heavy heart, Abraham tied Isaac and laid him on the altar. His hands trembled as he reached for the knife. This was the son he loved. But he trusted God. He knew that even in death, God could still fulfill his promises.
Abraham,
Here I am.
do not lay a hand on the boy. Now I know that you fear God because you have not withheld your only son from me.
Abraham gasps, looking around. Then he hears a rustling sound. Abraham untied Isaac and embraced him tightly. Then he looked up and saw a ram caught in the bushes. God had provided the sacrifice. Abraham and Isaac offer the ram in worship.
Because you have obeyed me and have not withheld your son, I will bless you. Your descendants will be as numerous as the stars in the sky and the sand on the seashore. Through them, all nations on earth will be blessed.
This was not just a test of sacrifice, it was a test of faith. Abraham trusted God even when he didn't understand. And God proved that he is always faithful. The story of Abraham and Isaac reminds us that faith means trusting God completely, even when life doesn't make sense. And just like God provided a ram in place of Isaac, he later provided Jesus as the ultimate sacrifice for all humanity, a perfect example of his love and redemption. So, what about you? Will you trust God even when the path is unclear?